Hi everybody, and welcome to another virtual Headmasters Assembly. I hope you're all safe and well. As normal, as we would normally do in the church or hall or the chapel, we're going to start with the Headmaster's commendations. Starting with general commendations, firstly to Devon Kay for some artwork, and Harry Parker for, again, a really good piece of artwork on Louise Nevelson. In art, Headmaster's commendations go also to Grace Galbraith and Jacob Varney. In biology, to Zane Davenport, Elian Kera and Ella Keshri, and also Maisie Thrower for biology. In English, to Ebony Broughton, and to Kosi Chris Asabugo, and also to Lucas Kera in English as well. English as a second language, Headmaster's commendations go to Caden Freeman and Francisca Kunze, and I'm delighted that from overseas they're still online and remote learning with us. In food nutrition, Headmaster's commendation goes to Marnie Jackson. In history, Headmaster's commendations go to Emily Bailey, James Blackburn and Ellen Wang. And in mathematics, Headmaster's commendations to Lorena Kumar Lee, Isabel Smurden, ×2, Joe Bennett and Arya Yan. And in physical education, to Talia Parish and Matthew Pavia. And in PSHE, to Christian Aldridge, Grace Galbraith, Lorena Kumar Lee, Clara Lee, Max Poyner, and Kate Walker. And finally, in religious studies, HMCs go to William Smith and Maisie Thrower. Well done to all of those individuals, and as I said, so pleasing that overseas pupils are also gaining HMCs, showing that they're still with us with our remote learning, and also Year 11 and Year 13. Congratulations and well done to every single one of you. I'm delighted also today to be able to actually present some Headmaster's special commendations. And Headmaster's special commendations go to the following people. I'll try and show them for you so that you can see them. So rather than be able to shake hands and hand them out, but the first one for an amazing piece of work in A-level photography, and again it goes to Year 13, Imogen Bennett. Well done, Imogen. Another Year 13 with an outstanding art project, in fact a photography project, Year 13 A-level, Unit 2, Kentaro. Well done to Kentaro, all the way from Japan, still working hard. Well done to him. Also, Headmaster's special commendation for GCSE photography goes to Year 11 Isaac Parkin. Well done, Isaac. And also in Year 11 for GCSE photography, Verity Roxburgh. Well done to Verity. Really great achievement there again. And also, going down a bit into the younger age groups now, for producing some excellent videos on breathing techniques. And I've seen these and they're being used in Portland House as well. So important at the moment for us, Clarissa Wheeler. Well done to Clarissa. For an amazing maths video, which again I've seen produced online, Lorena Kumar Lee. Well done, Lorena. Some Japanese math techniques there, which were really impressive. And then, last but by no means least, to someone who's been working incredibly hard, not just these past few weeks, but also over the Easter holidays, making visors for our amazing NHS and those people, those key workers who are on the front line. Would you believe she's made 70 protective visors, and the final HMC of this week, Headmaster's special commendation, goes to Grace Galbraith. Well done to every single one of you. A really fantastic achievement. Well, obviously today, guys, as you know, is May Day. So I'm sitting here on May Day. And May Day is quite an interesting, time of year because obviously it's the start of summer. So May Day celebrations had very much sort of pagan roots. And so, the Christians didn't like them at all, the established Christian church. And so in the 16th century, May Day celebrations were effectively banned. And actually when the Civil War came along and Oliver Cromwell and his Puritans took control of the country in 1645, they all but vanished. So May Day celebrations didn't happen. But then, of course, along came the chap who was known as the Merry Monarch, Charles II, and he brought back this celebration of the beginning of summer. And that's when all these sort of village maypoles came in, and you see them around sort of villages nowadays. And in fact, the biggest in the country is not a million miles away from here, in a place called Barwick in Yorkshire, where the maypole there stands about 30 metres high. So whilst we're going through some really difficult and challenging times at the moment, there are still things to look forward to. And I think this is one of those days when we can do that. May Day, a celebration of the start of summer. And hopefully as we reach and as the Prime Minister said yesterday, we get over the height and the peak of this virus, things are starting to look a little bit brighter. And so hopefully we can look forward and ahead with positivity. And hopefully it won't be too long before we're all back in this amazing community that's Worksop College, in these buildings, and Ramby House as well, so we can all get back together, which we all so desperately want. I thought I'd just leave you with a poem which I happened upon about a week or so ago. It's written by someone, and you guys will all know, what a proud and passionate Welshman I am. Although I'm very proud of the fact that I'm British. Of course, I was born in Wales, and it's nice to have a passion and a pride for the country in which you live. And this individual who wrote this poem was someone who had, to some extent, a bit of an influence on my life. Because when I was 18 years of age, I was very fortunately selected to represent my country, Welsh schools, at cricket. And we toured the West Indies and played against the West Indies in Barbados. But many of the party were unable to afford to go. And so this individual actually came and did a concert for us in my hometown of Newport so that we could raise enough funds, and he did it free of charge, to raise enough funds to go on this tour. And it's such selfless acts and things that like that people have done during these really hard times, which have been so impressive. And there's numerous things. Obviously, we talk about amazing people like Captain Tom, but even small things that you as individuals have done within our community. And I'm so incredibly proud of all the amazing stories I've heard. It's great to hear of what some of the houses are doing. The Derry Challenge, the Shirley Challenge, etc. And various other things that are happening to raise money for those that are less fortunate than ourselves, and particularly in such a difficult time. So I thought I would leave you with this poem.
Just the tide went out. Last night as I lay sleeping, when dreams came fast to me, I dreamt I saw Jerusalem beside a tideless sea. And one dream I'll remember as the stars began to fall was Banksy painting Alun Wyn on my neighbour's garage wall. And dreams like that sustain me till these darkest times have passed, and chase away the shadows no caring night should cast. But times like this can shine a light, as hardship often can, to see the best in people and the good that is in man. And I remember Swansea with nobody about, when the shops closed like Sunday and just the tide went out. And I remember Mumbles with the harbour in sleep, and the little boat at anchor that fished the waters deep. And I heard the seabirds calling as the gulls all wheeled about, but all the town was sleeping now, and just the tide went out. And when these days are over and memories remain, when children painted rainbows and the sun shone through the rain, and the thought of all the nurses who stretched all the pain, and I hope the carers never see a time like this again. And I prayed last week for Boris, who knocked on heaven's door, and I thought of voting Tory, which I'd never done before. And though the sun is shining now, I have no immediate plans, so I'll write a book on staying in and ways to wash your hands. And now, more days of lockdown, 3 weeks of staying in, and I'm running out of vodka, so I started on the gin. And my neighbours are complaining, I've heard them scream and shout, with the sound the bins are making, I take the empties out. And when all this is over, and our fragile world survives, and I hope that God is caring now for the ones who give their lives. And I pray we'll find an answer, for my faith is cast in doubt, and God draws back the heavens, and all the stars come out. And I'll remember mornings with nobody about, when the shops are closed like Sunday, and just the tide went out.
I hope you enjoyed that poem, and I hope you all stay safe and well. As I said to you last week, continue to make the most of this time, albeit strange. Continue to look after your parents and your families, and make sure that you look after yourselves as well. I've been incredibly impressed and so amazingly proud of all that you have done in terms of remote learning and your resilience and your adaptability, qualities that I hope you've learnt here at Worksop College. Take care over this weekend and the coming week, and I'll speak to you again at the end of next week. Bye.